Welcome back. Asian cuisine is known for its aromatic food and powerful flavors. Well, a newly opened Asian restaurant in San Juan promises diners more reasons to indulge in a gustatory adventure. Caroline Howard gives us a look at Yong's mix of East and East.
Hello everyone, we're here with Adrian Lim, Executive Chef of the Yongjin One Asia Cafe. Chef Yongjin One Asia Cafe, what's the story behind the restaurant?
The literal meaning of Yongjin, Yong means something that is perpetual or eternal or doesn't run out. And Jin, literally in Chinese, means gold. So if you put the two words together, that means the gold doesn't run out. So it's perpetual gold. So for the Chinese sense, it's a sign of prosperity. But if you want the real meaning behind Yongjin, Yong is one of the characters of my Chinese name because my name is Lin Yong Yen, and Jean is the Chinese name of Chef Jean Gonzalez. There's two of us that are really focused into doing the concept of menu. Basically, Yongjin One Asia Cafe, the backbone of it is Cantonese or Hong Kong cuisine. But we don't want to stick to really authentic and traditional. So what we did, we mix East and East cuisine. When you see a dish, it's authentic Hong Kong style, but some of our dishes have a hint of Vietnamese herbs or Thai spices. So when somebody tries our food, we want to make an impression that it's comfort food for them, that it's something that is very familiar and delectable, that sparks a new fire in their palates, so that once they try our food, they will keep on coming back and wanting more.
The theme is modern Chinese, but just how Chinese can it get?
Well, it's as Chinese as it can get. As you can see, we also want to show the customers our authentic ingredients and our traditional techniques and all of our homemade sauces. We have three basic sauces that are mainly used here in Yongjin. We have our own sauce line. We have our Yongjin oyster sauce, wherein it's very rich abalone flavor, but it has an abalone profile as compared to the normal oyster sauce that you see in the market. And we also use the Yongjin stir-fry sauce, which is very good for dips and stir-fried dishes. The hibiscus and the rose are from Thailand, and we have the dried chilies also from Thailand. And we have the coffee beans that's all the way from Vietnam. And we have a lot of the herbs and spices, the tea that are flown away from Hong Kong, imported. And some items are even from Korea, like the Korean chili flakes and the Korean chilies.
You're talking about the restaurant being a meeting of East and East. How does that translate onto the menu?
Here, on our table, that's our authentic Hong Kong style asado, or otherwise known as the barbecue roasted pork. Well, this is very Hong Kong in technique, but we have a variation of this that is Binondo style. So it's very reminiscent of old Chinese fast food chains back in Binondo, the Tom Yum Har Gow. Well, Tom Yum is, when you first hear of it, it's very Thai, but Har Gow, or the shrimp dumplings, is very Hong Kong. So it's basically just a shrimp dumpling, but once somebody tries it, there's a burst of different flavors and aroma because there's the Thai herbs. Well, East and East, for example, the dishes, not only the food alone, but also in beverages. We have Japanese drinks and Korean beverages, and we have also Vietnamese coffee.
How does this compare to other Chinese restaurants?
Yongjin One Asia Cafe is not really a big Chinese restaurant. Huge round tables. This is basically a place for couples to enjoy, or small groups to enjoy small snacks and meals. And because there's such a market that exists here, we also would like to encourage them to, enjoy our authentic Asian drinks. What you see here behind us is a show kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
This area alone, this is what we call the roasting or cold kitchen display. So what you can see, this is the honey-cured asado, and the roast duck and the soy chicken. These are very Hong Kong in techniques and in style. It's like bragging rights that you're confident of what you're preparing for your guests, because you're confident that you're offering them good and safe and clean food. That's not only that's authentic, but really tasty.
There are a lot of Filipino-Chinese diners in San Juan, but what innovation is your restaurant offering?
Some people say it's the new Binondo,
Okay.
wherein it has a huge market and a huge number of residents that are Filipino-Chinese or Chinese. So we would like to, instead of them going all the way to Binondo to enjoy authentic Chinese food, we would like to bring it to them. We offer something extra, but we also offer them the same comfort foods that also reminiscent of their childhoods. We would like to bring back that memory to them. Not only something new, but also the basics.
And speaking of the basics, we get the two chefs working the walk in the Yongjin kitchen. Chef Jean shows us how to make the tom yum with wushang noodles.
What you want to do is to make a tom yum broth. Gotta get some ginger, lemongrass, garlic, onions. Gotta get some galangal. And then we put in our shallots, some Thai red curry. We're going to use this as a base for our soup noodles. And we need some stock. And we put in some coconut milk to enrich it. A little evaporated milk. Laksa leaves, kaffir leaves, cilantro, and some fish sauce. A pinch of sugar. The tom yum broth is done. All we need to do is put our noodles and our proteins.
The noodles are boiled and strained and flavored with herbs. Then wushang noodles are also added to the dish for more texture, before the tom yum soup is ladled in, thickened, and served with a touch of herb. Chef Adrian takes his turn at the wok for Yongjin's version of a classical Hong Kong braised pork belly dish, beginning with roasting a number of aromatic herbs including basil and star anise for the actual braising stock.
We're going to prepare the mui choy braising solution. You have to roast your herbs and spices because you want to activate their oils. And by doing so, you're gonna make it more aromatic. I have here what you call a lo sui, or your Chinese braising sauce. And this is your basic soy chicken stock. This is the same stock or broth used to cook your soy chicken. This, by the way, is your mui choy. Already been chopped, squeezed, and blanched. This is your preserved mustard leaves. Make sure you blanch this well, because if you don't, you'll end up with a really salty dish. Our stock is now boiling. And we add in the spices. We're gonna season with a little bit Shaoxing wine. And some salt. What we're trying to achieve here is the richness and the right saltiness of the mui choy. Since they are preserved vegetables, they tend to be salty. So there's a really nice play of flavors going on here. Now once that stock is ready, we can start putting in our pre-cooked, pre-softened slices of pork belly. You basically leave it like that for about another hour or two to really soften it even more. Now we're going to reduce the sauce for the mui choy. And your trusty potato starch slurry.
Chef Adrian then proceeds to plating. Here are the dishes the two Chefs Yong and Jin prepared for us. The tom yum with wushang noodles that bears the herbal flavors from Thailand, and the mui choy, long-simmered pork belly, and that of course is served with this golden spoon bread. We're going to go for the wushang noodles first. Slightly spicy soup, chewy wushang, but delicious. Both the meat and the bread are sweet, slightly on the sweet side, but they really work well together. East and East has been delicious thus far, but that will do it for this edition of Taste Buds. I'm Caroline Howard. Remember, life's a treat. Till next time. Now it's time for me to hit my laureate.